Kengan Ashura Season 2 Part 2 or Season 4 is coming to Netflix on the 15th of August, less than a month away. A new trailer has dropped and it kinda spoiled everything for any anime onlys, alongside the recent Baki vs Kengan Ashura crossover film also doing the same. But more importantly, this will be the conclusion of the story, yes, the final season of Kengan Ashura. This was revealed by various official sources, and of course what was shown in the trailer itself. We may also get some extended scenes from the manga in this season, which is pretty cool, but we have much more to break down in today's video. So the previous season left off with the failed coup d'etat, Oma waking up and us getting to see some of his flashback, most importantly him learning the secret technique of the Nico style from his master. However, there was also some unfortunate cut content from the previous season, like Ryan's fights during the war that were just outright removed, and many other things throughout the previous Kengan seasons, providing another reason for many of you guys to read the manga, which is still ongoing with weekly chapters thanks to the sequel to Kengan Ashura, Kengan Omega, that is directly connected to the events in Kengan Ashura, this taking place at first 2 years after the Annihilation Tournament, which may be the next anime season after we conclude Kengan Ashura shortly. But for the upcoming anime season, it's time for us to begin round 3 or the quarterfinals, starting with Cosmo vs Takita Oma, finally seeing the Ashura fight again after his break in the previous season, a new Oma as well, as if you guys forgot, during the climax of his fight with Kure Ryan, he got access to all of his memories again, particularly all of his Nico style techniques. This includes the ultimate technique we saw in the flashback last season, and Cosmo has also been demonstrating some improvements. Yes, he's still very injured from his round 2 fight against Okoya, but the improvements he's made outside of the tournament have made him even more deadly. In the original trailer for the season, we got to see some of their grappling exchanges, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks very sick, so I'm excited. Following that, we have Wakatsuki vs Mutaba. These two, as many of you know, had amazing fights in the previous round. Wakatsuki was able to defeat the one person who could be physically stronger than him, Julius Reinhold the Monster, revealing his trump card as well, the Blast Core that he was saving for the Fang of Metsudo, while Mutaba demonstrated his very adaptive nature, being able to end the greatness of Marvelous Seki. Now when it comes to these two clashing, I'm looking forward to the big brain energy that's portrayed throughout the fight, and of course the controversial or shocking ending. If you know you know. I wonder how everyone's going to react to that who don't know. After that we have Rei vs Kuroki Gensai. So the lightning god since the very start has been the one most vocal about the Devil Lance, claiming that he could be the strongest, hinting at their possible past, and Rei demonstrated that he's also a monster defeating Sorpang, and Kuroki is continuing to rise after defeating the main antagonist to many people, Kiryu Setsuna, who's now outside of the tournament. So this fight is definitely something to look forward to. And then the final clash of round 3, something that was built up since the early days of Kengan Ashura, Hatsumi Sen, the fighter for Nogi, vs Kano Gito, the fighter for Metsudo. Right now in the story, with the defeat of Hayami thanks to his failed coup d'etat, Nogi and Metsudo are pretty much the two top runners when looking at the corporation side of the Annihilation Tournament, meaning the clash between Sen and Nagito is very important in that regard, alongside these two having passed together or connected in a very interesting way, which makes me excited to see a certain panel adapted into anime form. It's definitely going to go hard, so excitement for this is also through the roof. Now on to round 4, which is technically spoiler territory, but it was highlighted in the recent trailer, meaning at this point they're just making the anime for us manga readers. One thing to mention first, once again I'm going to be going over spoilers, we get to see Kiryu Setsuna in the trailer, of course pointing towards his fight with Oma outside of the tournament. This is also connected to the flashback scenes we got to see between Oma's master and this guy, the first appearance of the Tiger Nico in anime form, looking absolutely menacing. Based on the little exchanges we got to see in the trailer, it is a possibility we could be getting an extended version of that for the anime, which I'm personally hoping for. when it comes to the manga, even right now in Kengan Omega, we don't know the full extent and full breakdown of what happened in that fight. We know the ending, we know key points, but we don't know exacts when it comes to the exchange between Nico and Nico. So if the anime was to expand on that, I'll be absolutely hyped and may make up for the various cut content throughout the series. But when it comes to the fight between Kiryu and Oma, it is pretty interesting, but with what comes in round 4, you could say that's even more insane. Particularly Tokita Oma vs Wakatsuki, one of the most intense and honestly impactful fights throughout the series. The ending also being next level alongside Oma's Demon's Bane greatness, so cannot wait for that. Alongside the fight after that we got to see some of in the trailer. To most people who've read the manga, this is the greatest fight in all of Kengan. That includes Kengan Omega, Kuroki Gensai vs Kanogito. So I hope they give this justice. The art during the manga of this fight was honestly next level, amped up to an insane degree. So there is high expectations. From what we saw in the trailer, it doesn't look terrible, but honestly, who knows what they're going to do. However, I do have concerns in regards to what content they're going to include. They may be cutting various flashbacks we get for these characters in the later rounds, considering the sheer amount of fights meant to be occurring in this season. We don't have an episode count, but all the previous seasons have been 12, meaning they may be cutting even more content. So hopefully the little flashbacks for Kano and Kuroki and for some of the others don't get removed out of this season. Which brings us to the final of the tournament, which again was highlighted in the trailer, Tokita Oma vs Kuroki Gensai. A fight that's worthy of the finale of the tournament, Oma going through all the struggles throughout, and then the endless rise of Kuroki Gensai defeating every other monstrous opponent, facing the Ashura in the final. Hopefully we get to explore the flashbacks in regards to both of them when they talk before they clash, and some other key moments, alongside Oma pulling out his advance again for the final, which is absolutely sick. I do wonder if they're going to include a specific scene, how the Kengan Ashura manga concludes, which directly connects to the sequel series Kengan Omega. I would even say if they include this at the end of the anime season, that more so determines whether they're planning on adapting Kengan Omega or at least anytime soon. If it is included, I would say it's likely they're going to adapt Kengan Omega. If it isn't, it's probably up in the air. Regardless, if Kengan Ashura performs well, I can't see why they wouldn't start adapting Kengan Omega. It's just a matter of when that could actually happen. But if you haven't already, subscribe. More Kengan content will be coming out throughout the next month. Got a lot of stuff in the works. Shout out to the members of the channel, these absolute mad lads, and of course the official partner of the channel, GamerSupps, with a 10% discount code found in the description. I'm sure there's something on there you guys would enjoy.